Hey guys, Kobe's here. So I wanted to answer today a question that I still get asked a lot by non-techies. The question is whether you should basically learn how to code in 2020. With the current events, with COVID-19 reality, a lot of people they start questioning their professional activity and they want to get into coding for different motives. Maybe they want to work remotely or they want to make more money. Anyway, this question still comes up quite frequently. So I wanted to give today my view on this topic. So why everybody wants to learn how to code? I think that there is a perception. There are several perceptions that we need to address. The first perception is that coding can make you a lot of money. Um, so let me address it first. Um, yes, coding is probably one of the most useful skills to have as an employee. Whether you are working as a software engineer and you're a professional coder, or you are working in another domain and you code as one of your skills. For example, business analyst needs to code, needs to write SQL queries, or another example, digital marketer, he will need to write some JavaScript, maybe even write some Python scripts to send emails. Indeed, the skill is very, let's say, easy to monetize. So this is actually a correct perception, in my opinion. The other opinion is that coding is a remote job and it can be done remotely. This I can also confirm that from all the skills that you can have today, coding is actually one of the skills that you can do as a digital nomad. You can do living remotely in a place that has cheaper real estate or like next to the ocean. So I do agree that having a coding skill can kind of like open you doors in terms of jobs that are only open for remote workers. Um, so now that we covered these, I want to also to address the third one, that coding is actually fun. Coding is easy to learn, and let me start with the first one. So coding is fun. Coding is fun for some people. I think that coding is fun, same as a chess game can be fun. But coding can be as a chess game when you actually learn it. But if you can try to like imagine yourself to play chess for a living and have to win games to actually make your clients money, then you start like realizing how chess can be not fun. So in the same way, coding can be not fun. It can be also not fun because a lot of the coder's job is to basically debugging. Debugging is very fun for hardcore software engineers, but in reality, you're basically sitting in front of your computer for hours or for days and trying to solve a problem that can be very deep, that forces you to think and concentrate on the problem for a long time, and also to face the screen for hours without being distracted. Every time you get distracted, you have to start over, so it can be very frustrating, and it requires a very specific set of like personality traits to actually do it successfully. Um, so I wanted to also talk about another point. So software engineering is actually a profession for if like for if some of you have doubts, going to start like a coding class, even if you're doing like a boot camp, a 6-week boot camp, doesn't make you a software engineer. Software engineering requires years of experience. I'm not even talking about school, but years of experience. You have to fail a lot. You have to debug a lot of code. You have to understand legacy code, and you have to rewrite legacy code, and you have to not just make things work, but make things work in a professional level. So just coding until it works once is good enough for a hobbyist, but a professional needs to provide a product that will work in different conditions. So it can be very difficult, and it is really a life skill. It takes like a lifetime to actually master it. Um, I wanted also to speak about another point that is becoming more and more relevant. No code, hashtag no code. So what is no code? No code is basically solutions where you can do programmatic work, so program things, same way that we used to program the VHS, without running code. So you can program without code. That's the most common example is WordPress. I don't know if you know WordPress, but content management systems basically allow you to build a blog, update it, add pictures, and add a lot of features. And you do it without writing any code. You just deploy features and you configure them, and then you put inside your content, and you're done. So people with actually WordPress skills are quite needed in the market and quite expensive, and you don't really need programming to be like a user. You need one to like to build new plugins, but as a user you don't really need to program anything. So this is an example of where you can actually be a programmer, but not be a coder. So I think that this tendency is going further with the years, and I think that there's going to be more and more of this. So that's also another thing to take into mind. If you want to focus on coding, the coding might be relevant. You need to focus on understanding the technology, and you need to focus on programming. And to do the programming, you need to actually understand what you are like, what problem you're trying to solve, and understand like all the mechanics in the way. So this is it. That was a short video. I hope you had a good time listening to this answer from a data scientist. And yeah, don't forget to smash the like button, and please subscribe to my channel.